Okay, get this. We're diving into the world of Aether, a platform that's kind of turning the idea of cloud computing on its head.
Yeah.
They're all about decentralized GPU power.
Right.
And you might be thinking, like, what does that even mean?
Yeah.
Well, imagine a future where your gaming PC could, like, help power some cutting-edge AI,
Hmm.
or where anyone can access supercomputer power from anywhere in the world.
Right.
That's the future Aether's building.
What's so fascinating about this is that Aethir's tapping into something so much bigger, a whole sector called DePINs, or Decentralized Physical Infrastructure Networks.
Oh, wow.
It's like taking the physical world of hardware GPU servers, even entire data centers, and merging it with the digital world of blockchain.
Hmm.
And this sector is booming.
Really?
We're talking about a $32 billion market cap with
Yeah.
over 755 projects already up and running.
So it's not just about Aether, there's a whole movement happening here.
Totally.
But let's focus on them for a minute. What makes Aether stand out in this really crowded landscape?
Well, Aethir is kind of like the Airbnb of GPUs, but with a twist.
Oh.
They're aggregating GPU power from everywhere. Big companies, data centers, even individual gamers,
Wow.
like you with some extra juice on their graphics cards.
So even my computer could be part of this.
Exactly.
That's really cool.
And they're making it super easy for people to join and leave the network whenever they want.
Okay.
This means more efficient use of hardware and potentially lower costs for everyone.
I see. So it's like a win-win situation.
Yeah.
You get more power when you need it, and you don't have to pay for it when you don't.
Exactly.
And Aether's already making serious money with $20 million in deals just in the first quarter of 2024,
That's right.
showing they're not just talk, they're walking the walk.
Absolutely.
But who are their clients? Who's actually using all this decentralized GPU power?
Aethir is targeting sectors that are hungry for GPU power.
Okay.
Think AI training, cloud gaming, even virtualized computing, anything that requires a ton of processing power. You see, as AI evolves and becomes more powerful, it needs more and more computing power to run, and that's where Aethir comes in.
Hmm.
They're providing that power in a way that's more accessible and potentially more affordable than traditional cloud providers.
So they're kind of like disrupting the cloud computing market?
Yeah.
You could say that. I'm starting to see how this could be a game changer, especially with the North American GPU cloud market expected to explode to like $25.5 billion by 2030.
Yeah, it's a huge market.
But how can you be sure that tasks are being completed correctly on a decentralized network?
Right.
I mean, how do you even know that all these GPUs scattered around the globe are doing what they're supposed to be doing?
That's where Aethir's proof of rendering system comes in. It's a sophisticated way of ensuring quality control and building trust in the network.
So it's like a system of checks and balances.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah.
Imagine this, they use containers to hold the rendering environments,
Mm.
kind of like standardized units of work.
Mm.
So no matter where a task is processed, it's done consistently. Then there are checkers, specialized nodes that verify the accuracy of the work, like a team of quality inspectors.
Oh, interesting.
And finally, they use indexers to keep track of all the tasks and its results, creating a transparent and auditable history of everything that happens on the network.
So it's like having a blockchain for rendering tasks.
Exactly.
Everything is recorded and verifiable.
That's right. This system makes Aethir more trustworthy than traditional cloud providers. But it's also about efficiency.
I see.
With proof of rendering, they can optimize resource allocation, making sure that the right GPUs are assigned to the right tasks at the right time.
Okay, I'm seeing the bigger picture here,
Right.
but this all sounds pretty technical.
Right.
How can the average person actually benefit from this?
Yeah.
What's in it for someone like me?
Well, think about it.
Okay.
Established infrastructure providers like telecom companies can put their underutilized hardware to work.
I see.
New infrastructure investors. Maybe those who bought GPUs for crypto mining can find a new purpose for their equipment.
And everyday folks like you and me, could we potentially earn some extra cash by letting Aether use our spare GPU power?
That's the idea.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
That's like turning your gaming PC into a mini data center and getting rewarded for it.
I like the sound of that.
And for anyone who needs GPU power for things like AI or gaming, Aethir offers a high-performance platform with global coverage at competitive prices.
So it's a win-win.
Yeah.
For everyone. This is fascinating, but how does Aether actually make money?
Right.
And what's this ETH token I keep hearing about?
Aethir uses blockchain technology and their ETH token to create a decentralized, co-owned ecosystem.
Okay.
When someone uses Aethir's platform to access GPU power, they pay a fee in AT's tokens.
I see.
Node operators, The people providing the GPU power receive a portion of those fees as a reward.
Right.
They can also earn additional rewards through the proof of rendering mechanism we discussed earlier.
Okay, so the eighth token is like the fuel that keeps the Aethir engine running.
Yeah.
It incentivizes everyone to participate and creates a sustainable ecosystem.
That's the idea.
But is this actually working? Does Aethir have any real-world traction?
Absolutely. Aethir has already secured deals worth over $20 million for Q1 2024.
Oh.
And they have even more contracts in the pipeline.
Can you give us some examples?
Sure. They've landed a major contract with the world's largest gaming studio, which has over 150 million monthly active players.
That's huge. Any other notable partnerships?
Another big win is their deal with WellLink Tech, a cloud gaming giant with over 200 million users.
Wow.
This partnership is all about revolutionizing cloud gaming and AI applications.
It sounds like Aethir is on a roll. But do they have the hardware to back up these ambitious deals?
Right.
I mean, everyone's scrambling for GPUs right now, especially those powerful NVIDIA H100s.
Yeah, that's where it gets really interesting.
Yeah.
Aethir has invested heavily in building a substantial GPU infrastructure.
Okay.
They currently have a fleet worth over $24 million, and that includes a significant number of those coveted H100s.
Wait, hold on. Those H100s are like gold dust? How did they manage to get so many?
They were strategic. Aethir recognized early on that H100s would be essential for meeting the demands of AI and high-performance computing. They've already secured over 4,000 H100s and are aiming to increase their fleet to 50,800 units within the next 6 months.
Wow, that's a serious commitment to high-performance computing. It sounds like they have some serious backing to pull this off. Who are the people and companies investing in Aethir?
You're right. Aethir has attracted some major players in the tech and venture capital world.
Okay, spill a tea. Who are these investors?
Their pre-A funding round, which closed in July 2023, raised $9 million, valuing Aethir at $150 million.
Wow.
The round was led by Sanctor Capital, Hashkey Merit Circle, and CitizenX. They also have backing from Marana Ventures, Animoca Brands, and even Arthur Hayes from Maelstrom Fund.
That's quite an impressive list. And what about partnerships? Who are they teaming up with to make this vision a reality?
They've got some key strategic partnerships that are helping them expand their reach and capabilities.
Okay, let's hear about those partnerships. I'm all ears.
Well, first and foremost, they've partnered with NVIDIA through the Inception program.
Okay.
This gives them access to cutting-edge resources and expertise.
That's a smart move. NVIDIA is the king of GPUs, so having their support is a major validation for Aethir.
Absolutely. And it doesn't stop there. They've also partnered with Cetify, a leading incubator in the blockchain space. Cetify's expertise will be invaluable as Aethir expands into decentralized cloud solutions, especially for Web3 gaming.
So they're tapping into both the gaming and the blockchain worlds. Clever.
Exactly. And speaking of gaming, they've formed a strategic partnership with WellLink Tech, the cloud gaming giant we mentioned earlier.
Right.
This collaboration is about using Aethir's decentralized GPU network to create an advanced gaming platform that can handle even the most demanding games.
Okay, I'm seeing a pattern here. Aethir is all about strategic partnerships. It's like they're building a coalition of the willing to bring decentralized GPU power to the world.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
But with all these advantages, how do they stack up against their competitors? Who else is out there trying to do what Aethir is doing?
Aethir isn't alone in this space. There are some other players vying for a piece of the decentralized GPU pie,
Okay.
each with their own strengths and weaknesses.
Okay, let's break it down. Who are the main contenders and how do they compare to Aethir?
One of the biggest names is Render Network.
Okay.
They've traditionally focused on rendering services, but are now branching out into AI and machine learning workloads.
I see.
They have a lot of GPU power, but they're playing catch-up to Aethir when it comes to AI and decentralized cloud computing.
So Aethir has a head start in the AI arena.
That's right. Then you have Akash Network, which is also focused on AI and machine learning. But they haven't managed to secure any of those high-demand NVIDIA H100 GPUs.
Oh.
That could be a problem for them as more and more users demand that top-tier performance.
It sounds like Aethir's aggressive pursuit of H100s is giving them a real competitive edge.
Exactly.
Huh.
Then there's Jensen.ai, another decentralized GPU network dedicated to AI. They're using some innovative protocols, but they're still in their early stages.
I see.
Aethir, on the other hand, is already up and running with a robust infrastructure and a proven track record.
It seems like experience and infrastructure are giving Aethir a clear advantage.
Definitely. What about the other players?
Yeah, are there any others?
There's IONET, a network built on Solana that's also focused on AI and machine learning.
Okay.
They have a solid infrastructure and plenty of GPUs, including H100s. But their focus is primarily on AI.
Hmm.
Aether, on the other hand, is targeting a broader market from gaming to virtualization.
So Aether is positioning itself as a one-stop shop for all kinds of high-performance computing needs, not just a specialist in one area.
Yeah.
That makes sense, especially with the growing demand for GPU power across various industries. But let's get back to the AT token for a moment.
Okay.
When can people get their hands on it, and what will it actually be used for?
The AT token is scheduled for a token generation event in Q2 2024, and it's designed to be the lifeblood of the Aether ecosystem. It'll be used for everything from transactions and rewards to governance.
Okay, break that down for me. How will the token work in practice? What can someone do with an AT token?
Think of it this way. When you want to use Aether's platform to access GPU power, you'll pay for that service using AT's tokens.
Gotcha.
Those tokens then go to the node operators who are providing the GPU power.
So it's a way to compensate the people who are contributing their computing resources to the network.
Right. It goes beyond just payments.
Mm-hmm.
AT holders will also have governance rights, meaning they can vote on key decisions that affect the future of Aether.
I see.
It's about giving the community a voice and shaping the direction of the platform.
That's a pretty cool way to build a community and get people invested in the project's success.
Yeah.
But what about Aether's plans for the future? What's on their roadmap?
They've got some ambitious plans. Their roadmap includes further decentralization, expanded GPUaaS offerings, and integration with more software solutions.
Wow.
They're constantly pushing the boundaries of what's possible with decentralized GPU power.
Can you give us some specific examples of what they're working on?
One exciting development is Aether Edge, a hardware device that will allow anyone to become a service provider on the Aether network.
Okay.
It's designed to harness underutilized broadband IP addresses, bandwidth, and GPU resources, turning everyday users into key contributors to the decentralized infrastructure.
So if I buy one of these Aether Edge devices, I can basically turn my home computer into a mini data center and earn Aethir tokens.
That's the idea.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
It really democratizes access to the network and empowers individuals to participate in the growing decentralized economy.
Absolutely.
But how are they getting the word out about all this? Is there a buzz around Aether? Are people excited about this?
Aether is building a strong and growing community. They have over 800,000 followers on Twitter, 450,000 members in their Discord server, and over 20,000 people participated in their node sale.
Those are impressive numbers. It seems like they're tapping into a real desire for a more decentralized and accessible approach to computing. But behind every successful project is a talented team. Tell me more about the people driving Aether's vision.
They've assembled a great team with experience in gaming, Web3, and technology. The CEO and co-founder Daniel Wang has an impressive background with stints at IVC, YGG, E2, and Riot Games.
It sounds like he has the perfect blend of experience to navigate the complex worlds of gaming and decentralized technology.
He does. And they have Mark Wrighton as co-founder and CCO.
Okay.
His resume includes companies like Noda Platform, Flux Capital Gas Ltd., and even Bechtel Corporation. He brings a diverse expertise to the table.
And what about the technical side of things? Who's leading the charge on the technology front?
Their CTO is Kyle Okamoto, a seasoned tech leader with a background at Ericsson and Verizon Media. His experience in building and managing complex technology infrastructure is crucial for Aether.
It sounds like they have all the bases covered with their leadership team. But what about the rest of the team? Are they as strong as the leadership?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They've got Paul Third as their CRO, a serial entrepreneur who previously co-founded and led TriggerSpot Inc. And their CMO, Joe, has been deeply involved in the Web3 space since 2017, helping companies grow their brands and communities.
Wow. They've really assembled a powerhouse team with expertise across all the key areas.
Yeah, they have a really solid team.
But let's zoom out a bit and talk about the bigger picture. What are the potential implications of Aether's success? How could this technology change the world?
Aether represents a fundamental shift in how we think about computing power. Imagine a world where anyone anywhere can access and contribute to a global pool of computing resources. It has the potential to democratize access to technology and empower individuals in ways we haven't even imagined yet.
I'm starting to get goosebumps. This is truly groundbreaking stuff. It reminds me of the early days of the internet when people were just starting to grasp the potential of a decentralized network. Could Aether be the catalyst for a similar revolution in computing?
It's certainly possible. Think about the implications for industries like AI. Okay.
Aether could provide researchers and developers with unprecedented access to affordable and powerful GPU resources. We could see breakthroughs in machine learning, computer vision, and natural language processing.
So we could see a surge of innovation in AI powered by Aethir's decentralized network. And what about gaming? How could this technology change the way we play?
In the gaming world, Aether could revolutionize cloud gaming. Imagine smoother, more responsive gameplay, even for the most demanding games. No more lag, no more expensive hardware upgrades, just pure gaming bliss.
It sounds like a gamer's dream come true. But Aethir's potential goes far beyond just AI in gaming. It could be used for scientific research, drug discovery, financial modeling, and even new forms of art and entertainment.
That's right. It's a versatile technology with the potential to transform countless industries.
This is incredibly exciting,
Yeah.
but I also want to be realistic. What are some of the potential roadblocks that Aethir might face as they continue to grow?
Right.
What could go wrong?
One challenge is regulatory uncertainty.
Governments around the world are still figuring out how to regulate blockchain technology and decentralized platforms.
Mm.
Aethir will need to navigate this carefully and work closely with regulators to ensure compliance.
So the legal landscape could be a minefield for Aether.
It's a possibility.
Mm.
Another challenge is competition.
Right.
The decentralized GPU space is getting crowded, and Aethir will need to constantly innovate to stay ahead of the pack. They'll need to attract top talent, form strategic partnerships, and continue to push the boundaries of their technology.
So it's not just about having a great product, it's about staying ahead of the game in a rapidly evolving industry. Are there any other challenges you foresee?
Energy consumption is a major concern with any computationally intensive technology.
Right.
As Aethir grows, they'll need to be mindful of their environmental impact and explore sustainable solutions like using renewable energy sources.
That's a crucial consideration. It's not just about technological progress, it's about responsible innovation. But beyond these practical challenges, are there any philosophical or ethical concerns we should be thinking about?
One concern is the potential for misuse.
Okay.
Like any powerful technology, decentralized computing can be used for good or evil.
Right.
It's important to develop ethical guidelines and work with law enforcement agencies to prevent this technology from being used for harmful purposes.
So Aether has a responsibility to ensure that their platform is used for good, not for ill.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Another issue is complexity.
Okay.
Decentralized platforms can be difficult for the average person to understand and use.
Right.
Aether will need to make their platform user-friendly and accessible to a wide audience if they want mainstream adoption.
They need to make sure that the technology works for people, not the other way around.
Exactly.
It's all about making this revolutionary technology easy to understand and use, even for people who aren't tech wizards. Are there any other concerns that come to mind?
One final concern is the potential for job displacement. As decentralized computing becomes more prevalent, it could automate tasks currently performed by humans. It's something we need to address as a society.
So we need to think about the potential social and economic impacts of this technology, not just the technical innovations.
Right.
It's a call to action for all of us to adapt and prepare for a future where work might look very different.
Exactly. We need to be proactive in addressing these challenges. But I'm optimistic that we can harness the power of decentralized computing for good.
This conversation has been incredibly eye-opening. I'm learning so much about the potential of Aether and decentralized computing in general.
Yeah, it's fascinating stuff.
But I'm also curious to hear your personal take on all of this.
Right.
What are your overall thoughts on Aether? Do you think they have what it takes to succeed in the long run? What are your gut feelings?
Aethir is an ambitious and innovative project with the potential to disrupt major industries. They've identified a real need in the market, and they're building a compelling solution.
I'm with you there. They have a strong team, cutting-edge technology, and a clear vision for the future. But do you think they can overcome these challenges and become a major player in this space?
A lot will depend on their ability to navigate the regulatory landscape, stay ahead of the competition, address concerns about energy consumption, and make their platform user-friendly. But I'm cautiously optimistic.
Okay.
I'm particularly impressed by their commitment to building a community and educating the public about decentralized computing.
That's a great point. It's not just about the technology, it's about building a movement. What do you see as the key takeaway for our listener?
Right.
What should they remember about Aether?
Aethir is more than just a company. They're building an ecosystem. They're addressing not just the technical aspects of decentralized computing, but also the economic, social, and even environmental aspects.
Right.
They're taking a holistic approach,
Hmm.
which is crucial for the success of this technology.
It's like they're weaving together all these different threads to create a tapestry of innovation.
Yeah, I like that analogy.
But as with any new technology, there are also potential risks and unintended consequences.
Absolutely. We need to be mindful of the potential downsides, like the concentration of power, job displacement, and misuse. We need to approach decentralized computing with both enthusiasm and caution.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Embracing the potential while mitigating the risks. But before we wrap things up, I'd love to hear your final thoughts on Aethir. What stood out to you the most? What makes them special?
What impresses me the most about Aethir is their commitment to building a sustainable and equitable future for computing. They're not just focused on profit, they're genuinely trying to make a positive impact on the world.
That's inspiring. They're not just building a business, they're building a better future.
It's refreshing to see a company that's not just driven by profits,
Yeah.
but also by a desire to make a positive impact, like actually trying to make the world a better place.
Right, exactly. But let's be real for a sec.
Yeah.
There are always potential downsides to any new technology, right? What are some of the unintended consequences that we should be thinking about when it comes to decentralized computing?
Well, that's a great point. While decentralized computing has the potential to be a force for good, we need to be aware of the possible pitfalls.
Yeah.
One concern is the concentration of power.
Okay.
Even in a decentralized system, there's a risk that a small group could end up controlling a disproportionate amount of the network's resources.
So even though the idea is to distribute power, we could end up with new forms of centralization.
It's definitely something to watch out for.
That's a good point.
Another issue is the environmental impact.
Right?
Decentralized computing can require a lot of energy, so it's crucial for platforms like Aethir to prioritize sustainability
Yeah.
and explore ways to minimize their carbon footprint.
Absolutely. It sounds like there's some big questions we need to address as a society
Yeah,
if we want decentralized computing to truly benefit everyone.
for sure. And it's not just about the technology itself, but also about the social and economic structures that surround it.
Right.
For example, we need to think about how to create new jobs and opportunities for people whose skills might become obsolete as automation increases.
It's a call to action for all of us to think about the future of work and how we can prepare for a world where technology plays an even bigger role. But let's shift gears for a moment.
Okay.
You mentioned earlier that Aethir is committed to education.
Yes.
What are they doing to help people understand this complex technology?
Aethir is doing a lot to demystify decentralized computing.
Okay.
Their website has a wealth of information, from blog posts and articles to explainer videos and tutorials. They're also active on social media, engaging with the community and answering questions.
So they're trying to make this technology accessible to everyone, not just tech experts.
Exactly. And they're also partnering with educational institutions and organizations to develop courses and workshops on decentralized computing.
Wow.
They're really investing in the future, and that's something I admire.
It sounds like Aethir is taking a proactive approach to educating the public, which is crucial for building trust and fostering wider adoption of this technology.
Totally.
But for a listener who might be hearing about Aethir for the first time, where can they go to learn more?
Aethir's website is a great starting point.
Okay.
It's packed with information about their platform, their team, their roadmap, and their vision for the future. They're also very active on Twitter and Discord,
Right.
so those are great places to connect with the community and ask questions.
I'm definitely going to check out their website and social media channels. This has been an incredibly insightful deep dive, and I feel like I have a much better grasp of what Aethir is all about and the potential impact they could have on the world.
It's been a pleasure exploring this fascinating topic with you. Aethir's a company to watch, and I'm excited to see what they accomplish in the years to come.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, what's the one key takeaway you want our listener to remember about Aethir?
Aethir is more than just a technology company. They're pioneers building a new paradigm for computing, one that's decentralized, accessible, and potentially transformative for everyone.
Wow.
It's a journey worth following.
It's a journey I'm definitely going to be following closely. And to our listener, thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the world of Aethir and decentralized GPU power. We hope you found it as fascinating as we did.
Remember, the future of computing is being shaped right now, and it's up to all of us to be informed, engaged, and part of the conversation.
That's a perfect note to end on. Stay curious and keep exploring the world of decentralized technology. Who knows what amazing possibilities await us?
Yeah.
It really is. And it sounds like Aethir is leading the charge. But for those of us who aren't tech savvy,
Right.
how can we actually get involved? Can anyone contribute to this decentralized GPU network?
Absolutely. Aethir is making it incredibly easy for anyone to participate. Right. They've developed something called Aethir Edge. It's basically a plug-and-play device that allows you to connect your computer to the Aethir network and start sharing your GPU power.
So I can literally just plug this thing in and start earning ATH tokens.
That's the idea. It's like turning your computer into a mini mining rig.
Wow, that sounds pretty simple.
It is.
Hmm.
They've designed it to be user-friendly so anyone can get involved.
That's really cool. It really opens up the possibilities for anyone to participate in this decentralized economy.
Exactly. It's all about empowering individuals and giving them control over their computing resources.
But how does Aether ensure fairness?
Right.
What's stopping someone with a super powerful gaming rig from hogging all the rewards?
That's a good question. Aethir has a sophisticated algorithm that takes into account the processing power of each device
Hmm,
and distributes rewards accordingly. So even if you have a less powerful computer, you can still earn a fair share.
that's reassuring. It's good to know that everyone has a chance to benefit from this.
Absolutely. It's all about creating a level playing field.
This whole concept of decentralized computing is really mind-blowing. It's like we're witnessing the birth of a new internet.
It is. It has the potential to revolutionize the way we live, work, and play.
And Aether is at the forefront of this revolution.
Definitely. They're paving the way for a more decentralized and democratized future.
But with all this talk about the future,
Right.
what about the present?
Hmm.
What's the current state of the Aether network?
The Aethir network is growing rapidly.
Okay.
They already have thousands of nodes online,
Wow.
and that number is increasing every day.
So they have a real working network.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And they're constantly expanding their infrastructure and partnerships.
It sounds like they're building a solid foundation for the future.
Definitely. They're in it for the long haul.
Well, this has been an incredible deep dive. I've learned so much about Aether and the world of decentralized computing. It's truly an exciting time to be alive.
It is. We're on the cusp of a major technological shift.
And it seems like Aether is leading the charge.
Absolutely.
Hey.
They're a company to watch.
For sure. So to our listener, if you're intrigued by the possibilities of decentralized computing, be sure to check out Aether.
Definitely.
They're building a future where everyone can benefit from the power of technology.
And where we all have a stake in the digital economy.
That's a future I'm excited to be a part of.
Me too.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of Aether and decentralized GPU power. It's been a real eye-opener.
It has. And remember, the future is decentralized.
And Aether is helping us get there.